Welcome back to my podcast, Wise Words from a Grown Man. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, then man, deuces. Two times, man. You already know what it is. I keep telling y'all. Hey, check it out. As y'all know, those who know me, when I got something to say, I drop in and say it. This ain't on no. This is just a sentimental moment in time that I'm speaking on. You did. Um, the place where I live. I'll start from the beginning. I won't say where I'm at. You can find out, or people that know me, they already know where I'm at. But my start here was a rocky start. And what I mean about a rocky start is it was a culture shock for me. Um, some of y'all might be turning off the video right now because I don't want to hear that. Oh my God, here we go again. No, if you really take the time to listen to what I'm about to say, you will get me and others like me. You'll get the gist of how we think, feel, and navigate. Imagine this, me coming from a place. And when I say me, I include my other family members, my mother and father. This is just my capture on my life so far. And I'm gonna start for this video. I'm gonna just jump right up to so you can get the gist of what I'm saying. I'll start right at fourth grade. Um, the ending of third grade where I used to live, and the beginning of fourth grade. So I'm thinking somebody do I don't remember how old I was. I was probably about how old are you in the fourth grade? About 9. So I don't know. But I started the school year, fourth grade year, and when I say a culture shock, a lot of you might not understand this or had these feelings because you're not me. So coming from an area where it was all black, my school was all black, my neighborhood was all black. Um, the YMCA was all. We went uptown and we seen Caucasian people. Our grocery store was black. Our corner stores was black. Our church was all black. So that's why I said a lot of people think they know me, but you don't know me. You know me from what you know me from. And coming here was such a culture shock for me. Um, it split my mind frame in a way that has never been split before. And it was Caucasian and black. At this time in the city where I live, there were no other nationalities here on a level of even being noticed. So I think when I came here, it was 1989, almost 1990. Well, it was we went back and forth. So we came here in like 88, moved back, excuse me, and then moved back here. I think we stayed here starting at about 89, in the middle of 89. So it was like, I'm just trying to slow walk it so you understand. But it was a culture shock for me in a way that it split my frame of mind in two, because where I was living, we had BET, and back then in the 80s, BET was all black. It was all black commercials, all black hair care products that we use, all the clothes we used to wear. Everything was black, 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 black. And I'm trying to set the stage for you to understand how some people that are not your culture um get shocked into a culture that's way different, and then some people know how to maintain, some people act out, some people act indifferent. I'm just giving you a synopsis and a scenario of how people are. And when I came to the city, we were around all of our family. Um, so you got to understand, I had a mask on of black. I wasn't prejudiced. I just didn't know anything else but black. So, my first day of school, the white teacher holding my hand, I'm holding on to her hand for dear life. Because I'm away from my parents, I'm away from my brothers and sisters. Um, I'm walking to this classroom with this white teacher by myself. So when I get to the classroom, I see nothing but white. Everybody in there is white. I immediately start crying, and the only thing that saved me was looking back in the corner, and I seen my cousin. They had been living here. I pushed her and ran back there to him and gave him a hug. And I said, man, he said, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It's cool. It's cool. So evidently he'd been around for a while, because I hadn't seen him for a while either. But that's what my first experience coming to the town I live in as a child. So I said that to say, to lead you into the mental health part, the disdain, the anger, the sometimes resentment that can be formed like a boil or a blister on your heart and your mind for another culture, race, whatever. And we did not get welcomed. The town I live in now, it has came a long way from where it was when I came here, because the famous N word was put on our garage in big black spray painted letters. Go back to Africa. When we first moved here, my parents were Christians. At the time, I was not. My brother, sisters, that we wasn't Christians. We went to church because we was told. I didn't have a relationship with God like that yet. And boy, let me tell you, you want to play? I'm ready to play. And one thing I didn't play about was my mom and my dad. I can deal with a lot of stuff, but having them angry and upset when they haven't done anything, whoo, it was on like hot butter popcorn, I'm telling you. We found out who wrote it, and we played the drums on their head, if you dig what I'm saying. I ain't gonna get too into it, but the drums was played on their head. So, this is what it became. A bickering back and forth, cross alleys, cross fields. When they see us, they get bold enough to say something. We get in a fight. It's over with. But this is one thing I, as a man of color, that's the proper term, but I don't even say I'm not even no color. I'm a brown skinned man. That's what I'll say. That's what I like. I'm brown skinned and I'm not black. Night is black. I'm not black. My beard is black. I'm not black. I'm brown from the boogie down. Anyways, but that sets the tone for the mind frame that some people have. And this is later on when I get in Christ and my heart and mind changed totally. But before that was the growing up process. And the growing up process was I don't fool with them. They don't fool with me, so I don't fool with them. I'm nice and cordial to everybody until you want to get funky with it. Then we can get funky with it. You dig what I'm saying? But growing up in every neighborhood that we were in a prestige neighborhood when we came here. A judge owned our home. It was nice woodwork and wood floors, a stove, and it was a 4 bedroom, um, 2 story, full basement house, and it was a nice neighborhood. So everybody in the neighborhood was Caucasian. I'm saying Caucasian because y'all ain't white. Light bulbs are white. Snow is white. Y'all are not white. You are Caucasian. I'll just call you that. I ain't trying to offend nobody, and I ain't trying to make myself look like something. But what I'm saying, I hope you're gathering how it starts. That boil starts to fester on your heart and mind about color prejudice when you never had it before. I never even thought about it. We had a couple of Caucasian teachers that worked at our school where I was from, but they blended in because you just didn't we knew they was different, but they blended in. And I'll say this on the fact of me, my mind, and my heart. I look at every situation and every person different. I've never been one to hate another color, dislike another color. I've always went on the merit of what that person did to me and what they said to me. That's how I dealt with it. I never lumped everybody into one big thing like, y'all, I can't even say that, but I don't even want to sound like I have hate in my heart. Excuse me, but I never call people slurs unless they call me slurs. So I am too guilty. This is BC, before Christ. Oh man, I'm good. But anyways, this was before Christ. I threw the H word around. I'm open book. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I never keep nothing. It's some people here I know we've grew up together. They use that N word a lot, and they got their mouth popped. You dig what I'm saying? But I never held a grudge. Never. I can see these people today, hug them, converse with them. I don't hold anything because we was kids. You know what I'm saying? If you still feel like that today, you got an issue and a problem. You need your heart cleaned out, you dig? But I'm just saying the mental health part of it is post-traumatic stress. And you don't have to go to war for that because you can have a war anywhere you are. And we had a war. We had a war. I don't know about anybody else that was my skin tone, what they went through on a daily basis. But as far as us, we were called every spook, N-word, jigaboo, coon, every derogatory, negative epithet. I think that's how you say it. We were called that when we moved here. And it was from the youth. So these are kids my age. I've been taught nothing but love, respect, for other people, kids, whoever, have respect for your elders. And the kids are coming to school using these terms and stuff, and I'm like, these kids too young to be knowing. They heard this from somebody, whether it was the parents. Found out later that yeah, it was a couple parents that was in our neighborhoods and stuff, but the uncles, the aunts, or whoever. So you got them calling you racial epithets, and older people calling you racial slurs and things, locking their doors when do you know how that feels? As a young man, because back then it was, I'm giving y'all the synopsis. I'm not trying to be, I'm just letting you know how someone can have a state of mind where they cannot stand another race or another um, culture because of how they were treated. The thing with me is, I know the difference in who treated me like that and who didn't treat me like that. That's the difference. So when people are riding around shooting folks, knocking folks in the head because you look like somebody that did something to their family or did something to you, they don't know how to distinguish from mass of people or an individual. I know the difference. So these things I'm telling you, they happened in this town. So the people that know me know what town I live in. It happened in this town. And they can deny it. You can try it, but it happened. There is so much racial divide in this town. Um, like I said, it's gotten better, but it's still there, and I experience it on a daily basis, some type of weather. Whether it's in the grocery store, whether it's in a Walmart, whether it's in a Dollar General, whether it's in the courthouse, whether it's in the restaurant, there is prejudice and racism rampant in this. And the influx of other cultures and races that's started to come here, people can't even see themselves how they look at people. Your face tells it all. Like you're privileged, like this is your town, like you the only one that pay taxes, like you're the only one that's a solid citizen. That's a entitled frame of mind. And that's what our government is mostly, entitled frame of mind is privilege. And until they pass away, which a lot of them are old, but they will stay in there to the last, you need some newer, younger, um, multicultural mind frames, ideas, people who's been outside of this area. You've only got one frame of mind, one picture frame to look at all the time. I've been all over the United States. If it's 50 states, 52 states, whatever, I've probably been to about 35 of them. I went and been places and done some things and seen some people because my mind was stuck in a certain way too. But after you meet people, you deal with people, um, it just becomes a great thing. So you know what I do? I drop in and I drop something on y'all. Um, this is just one part of the story. I might do a part two. Um, I'm trying to get back in the mode of doing my podcast, man. I'll be so busy trying to do some other businesses and stuff like that. And that's, I'll probably jump on part two about the businesses. You know what I mean? Because, hey, you'll see. But for right now, thank you for rocking with me. And this is wise words from a grown man. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, then man, deuces. Two tons. Man, you already know what it is. I keep telling y'all.